this tournament when they're playing, you know, opposition of the caliber of a Rooster or a Greyhound. So, yeah, I think that's something that they definitely need to kind of rectify. Although, you know, BNK is the kind of team that can win games without the fragging sometimes because they do have that tactical depth, have good preparation, a lot of set plays they can do. At the end of the day, CS2 is a game about shooting people in the head. And if you don't do that as well as Rooster, you're probably not going to the grand final.
Yeah, well, 49 frags combined from ASAP and NETTIK in that first game. 24 for ASAP, 24 and 10, and then 25 and 8 for NETTIK. That is going to be a hard team to beat when you've got those two guys firing. And if that persists here into map 2, then I'm just going to go ahead and say I think it's a 2-0 for Rooster. Though BNK, hopefully they'll be able to make some amends here on Anubis. Difficulty is this will be the map choice of Rooster. Don't mind what the graphic says.
Straight
He's got
into
the
water.
information there over the bridge.
Yeah, B split on the cards here. Going to fall into a site crossfire. chelleos is all the way out B main here, so they do actually have a little bit of a crossfire between site and B main, and that works out perfectly for Rooster. BNK running into a bit of a wood chipper there.
Yeah, that is about as good as you can ask for as far as the CT pistol is concerned. Bad news Kangaroos putting themselves in a huge crossfire, and Rooster more than happy to oblige. Everyone having a good start to that one for the CT side, and they'll be rewarded for their efforts. It's not going to be a buy-in to this round for BNK. They didn't get the bomb plant down, so a little bit of a more breathing room for Rooster in this one.
Yeah, starting things off well. So we'll see what BNK are going to put together with the Glocks. Let's say that your theory is correct and we do get the 2-0 from Rooster. Are we getting the sense that Rooster's playing good enough to compete with Greyhound today?
I don't think so at this stage.
I don't think so either. Two players does not make a competitive series for me.
Exactly. I mean, it's all well and good for ASAP and NETTIK to be going pretty bananas against BNK, but I don't know that you're going to get as many of those kinds of rounds and opportunities against a team like Greyhound, and certainly Greyhound will be the kind of team that can exploit your weaknesses a little more. So even if one or two of the players is having a fantastic day, if someone's off, they're going to really find it difficult to have any kind of an impact. So yeah, I'd still need to see a little bit more from Rooster if I expect them to challenge Greyhound, particularly the form that Greyhound is in at the moment.
chelleos overrun. For a bit of a farm with the MP9. That's a good couple of gooshes, but TJ keeping ASAP safe as the T's try to scale on. And actually, that's 5 MP9 kills for Rooster in that round. I'd be quite happy with that. AWP being dropped over to chelleos. So scary. I wouldn't even say a bonus anymore just because of how much ASAP and TJ have spent on into this one. But already scary looking buy into round number 3. And this is the thing, an AWP on this kind of timing against a BNK who doesn't get the bomb plant down is actually quite effective. You're very limited in terms of the amount of util you can bring into a round like this. You can see quite limited on the flashes. Got to be a bit more choosy about where you place your util and invest it. And a map like Anubis is a map that necessitates these util protocols similar to Inferno, you know. Smoke to house, you see the A main takes, things like that. The execute's often quite util heavy. So BNK have got to be smart about how they approach this one.
Snade from Chell, not really going to land. Bit of chip damage onto Hatz, but nothing to write home about. Brace's position as well is going to be an important one. Very heavy site setups from Rooster rather than anyone even having a look into mid.
Yeah, heavy contest on E-Box. Full util being dumped into the A side, but only 2 players here. BNK trying to pull a rotate, if anything, off the other sides of the map. You get a full B main push from Rooster as they take space over there. NETTIK locking down E-Box is able to find the entry onto Hatz and drop a Molotov for safety, and the kill in the middle of the map probably means this is all over Red Rover for BNK.
1. NETTIK needs more, and of course he's going to get it. 4-1 at the moment, and he'll be saved as well by TJ. It's the perfect start to the map for Rooster. 3-0 and 4 guns taken through, and bad news Kangaroos. The same nightmare continues. Chance to farm up a bit more cash as well in this round if the CT side can hold on to their guns again. TJP's got himself an MP9. He'll be solo holding mid. And might actually come into play this round because bad news Kangaroos are heading toward B. So either he drops off the bridge, wraps in behind. Get a bit of work done with that SMG.
B execute. Being prepared, but first it's going to be a little bit of mid pressure with the util from Brace.
Comes the util from the T side. A couple of smokes over on the B bomb site. Rooster haven't rotated anyone across just yet, but NETTIK is going to be good for 2. And Danger spamming through the smoke gets 1 more, which will be enough to at least ensure this round should be secure for Rooster. How healthy it's going to be is the next question, as TJP on that flank looks to come into play, but might not even get much of a chance here. The guns are going to do the work, and the SMG will end up getting upgraded as well. So overall, that's a big win for Rooster again.
Not the buy through from B&K though. Going to take a while for them to crack back into this game. CT economy is built up quite substantially at this point. Probably 2 good buys for the CT side in the back pocket. Progression smokes onto the B site and E-box to apply some pressure from B&K here.
Again, a very sort of reserved T-side approach at the moment from B&K. They're not going anywhere quickly. It's a lot of util getting tossed on B, though.
Yeah, they're trying to pull more rotates. It's exactly the same as the last gun round where they util dumped exec on A. Trying to pull rotates away from middle and turn it into an A split. And this time it's actually worked a whole lot better.
ASAP, he's hearing those footsteps. He's kind of up to the challenge, but only for 1, and that is not going to be enough just yet to hold on to things. Rooster down to just their last 2 remaining players. And feels as though Danger is far too far away to really have much of an impact, though he's actually able to catch PZ out. PZ missing that shot has kind of given Rooster a bit of a shot back into the round, especially... What? What happened there? I'm so confused. Anyway, Hatz has given away his position. That's going to be the round for Rooster. What? Hatz just team killed Hazza on A long, and I have no idea why. Like, you know...
And someone must have DC'd, it looks like, on B&K.
Hazza DC'd, I guess. And okay, so I don't understand, though, because, like, if Hazza was holding on to the bomb, sure. You know what I mean? But the bomb was already planted. It was post-planned.
Did he TK him for util?
Maybe? I couldn't tell you without a replay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have that technology.
I'm lost.
Most likely. Dear Lord. That should have been around for B&K. I mean, yeah, the style they were using at the moment, I mean, yeah, with the AXE into the mid pressure wasn't working. That time the B pressure really worked well for them. The 2 waves of util into the A split. For anyone that's not aware, it's kind of similar to that old school Mirage strat where you throw stairs and jungle smoke to try to pull the con and window rotator away from middle, and then you go and take mid control after. You're essentially just throwing a site exit to try and play with the CT rotations and create space somewhere on the map that then you can leverage to win the round with. That's kind of the idea for B&K, and I dare say it would have worked if that whatever just happened hadn't happened. But as we stand, 5-0, good money for the CT side.
I feel like in my head, I feel like I'm missing something super obvious, you know? But I just can't think of what it would be. Maybe I'm just cooked.
I mean, that's for sure. It's casted it enough with you, Jordan, to know that's true, but
Did Hazza have a gun and Hatz didn't? I thought on the kill feed that I saw Hatz kill him with an AK though, so it wouldn't make sense there either. I'm not sure. Again, I would have to have a look at a replay. I mean,
I almost never do this, but I'm gonna put the stream up and then wait for. We're a couple of rounds behind though, so
yeah. If this pause continues, we'll get the answer for you by the end of the pause. We'll need about another minute and a half, and then we'll have it. Looks like the pause is not going to continue though.
That's all right. I'll keep an eye on it out of the corner of my eye, and I'll let you know, Jordan.
Let me know. Let me know your expert analysis of the situation, because I need to know. I need to know the answer. By the way, B&K, they do, I assure you, have 5 players on the field. You can see Hazza right there in front of PZ. HUD will get updated at some point. 5-0 the start, though, for Rooster is looking pretty phenomenal.
Pressure into water this time. NETTIK walking up on the line behind the orb of chelleos. Maybe a player in a position that the T's are not quite expecting or ready for. He takes initial contact. chelleos ready there to trade. It's a really nice 2-man setup. And they even clean up PZ as well. That round's over before it even started.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure what that one amounted to for Bad News Kangaroos. This map is definitely getting away from them. NETTIK not even able to find any damage in mid so far. He'll keep on progressing forward right into the angle that TJP is watching. All right, I'm watching back.
I'm watching it. We're both not watching the round on our screens.
I think it must be he wants the molly. He must want the molly.
Yeah,
that's got to be it.
Hazza's in sport in A main right there, and then yeah,
It's the
TK's in. Yeah, he wants the molly. Okay, so yeah, it was a piece of util. That's like big brain. But it must have been so fast that he DC'd. Maybe his game crashed. So he just said like, "Oh, my game crashed" or something.
Possible, but the thing is, like, I don't know. Did Rooster know that they were in long? Because I don't know if they knew. I don't know that Rooster knew that they were in long at that point. In which case, Hatz just gave away his position. Would he not have been maybe better off fighting the 1v2 from, you know, like trying to get the initial pick? I don't know. Either way, obviously getting a little bit too into the conversation, but that's the answer. I know everyone watching, it's probably like 5 minutes ago that you saw that. But he wanted the molly.
Maybe we could really just ask him. But at that point, it's not really relevant anymore. I mean, I don't know what is relevant anymore, to be honest, Jordan. Like, this is not a close game of Counter-Strike. This is back to what we were seeing at the end of last year.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know. Maybe we're the problem.
How so?
In that when we watch the game, it seems like Rooster seems to be the one to win all the time. But a lot of time when I'm not casting, B&K seems to be doing well.
Could be.
B&K actually might be able to get their way into the A site here. That nade is going to come through a little bit too late from Danger to clip PZ, who was low. And the 2-player setup, well done from Danger to get rid of the gun-wielding player first. Makes this round look a little bit more doable for Rooster on the retake. There's a good flash that catches Hatz, but the swing through from the smoke was a bit later than the flash even required. Still, NETTIK is as NETTIK does, and he gets himself another one. That's a good round in the end for Rooster, actually. Not too shabby from B&K either. They get a bomb plant down, but when you're down 7-0, it's kind of hard to be grasping at straws and saying that, yeah, the bomb plant was good, because you can't need more than that.
Tack timeout for B&K, and it has to be more than just a tactical timeout right now, because it's not simply a tactical issue they're facing. Need to get the boys rolling, get the boys fired up. They got to start fighting for this game. because it's slipping through their fingers right now, and Rooster is kind of rolling them over, as Rooster does. I really hate, like, as the color commentator, like simplifying this game, this matchup down every time to one team is shooting better than the other, but that's what it feels like to me, and I've watched this matchup a lot. I might have watched these two teams play each other more, like, the most, casted the most series between these two teams over the last, like, year.
Yeah. It's a fascinating experiment, isn't it?
What is better, aim or tactics? But it's not even that simple anymore, to be honest, because Rooster's got pretty good tactics these days.
Tic-tacs. Base. He's got pretty good aim, at least in this case, onto ASAP. TJP is in a very precarious position, depending on how that smoke fades. Hazard is still waiting for him on the other side of that smoke, but now they're going to kind of do the ring around the rosy with one another. And Cho looking to even the numbers. Wants to get aggressive here on A long. Hatz in the corner. There's so many individual duels that could go one way or the other and completely decide how this round plays out. Chell's going to have more than he bargained for, though. There's 3 players on the other side of this peak. He spotted out one. Doesn't connect the shot. Need to go through to try to buy some time. Hatz will drop. Chell survives. But eventually gets traded down by PZ. And Brace also finds that subsequent entry onto Danger. TJP, in the end, never came into his own. Hazard would have walked his way in through cams as well. That is surely a round for Bad News Kangaroos to finally start their campaign on Anubis.
Two-man flank. They pushed away by the flashes from the T side, and after the attack pause, B&K have finally made a round work for themselves. So we're going to end with the 4-man save. And Rooster with plenty of cash. Just going to hold on to their guns for the next.
Terrorists win.
Got to be more than just the one, though, for B&K. It's been a pretty unenthusiastic performance from them here on Anubis, and in general today, they've definitely looked outclassed. More of the same on map 2. NETTIK, again, 11-3. ASAP has certainly slowed down, but Chell's picked up. So you've still got 2 players being the driving force behind the Rooster onslaught. And B&K not really having anyone finding too much success just yet. Brace has found a brief island of respite in the middle of the Molotovs, and he's actually got the better of TJP there as well. By the skin of his teeth, he'll survive.
Chell pegging one back, though. Over on E-box side. Gonna get on that deep info line towards middle. Hazard pushes him off of that, though, and forces out the smoke. 2-man aggression from Rooster into middle. It's a fact-finding mission. Trying to work out what's happening. They clear middle, but not before this A site hit is going to crunch on ASAP.
Hazard needs some more on the entry, and he won't get it. It's Danger holding the fort alongside NETTIK. Just Addict to try to clutch, and again, Addict is normally pretty threatening in these kinds of situations, but not so today. 8-1, Rooster right back into the winner's mentality. Nothing really changes for Bad News Kangaroos. They get that 1 round on the board, but for what?
Can buy up again in this one. Still maxing out the loss bonus. Just couldn't quite find the right timings there. This time a 3-1-1, looking for the pick towards B main.
Shell ready and waiting for another one, but this time it's going to go a little bit the other direction. It's a little bit better from Bad News Kangaroos, and hatz has caught TJ in the back as well. Okay. Bit of a wonky round for Rooster. Nothing going right in that one.
Yeah, I think it's
And
a
it is
bit
going
of
to give
a
Bad News Kangaroos a second.
bit of a change up. BNK doing a lot of plays that start with util, you know, and I think they can often fall into those patterns. So mixing in a round where it's kind of like just a dry contact is a good change up that I would like to honestly see them mix in more often. Especially on the T side, and that's lovely from hatz, controlling the rotations perfectly. Especially on the T side of Anubis, you know, and it used to be a thing with Inferno as well, but I think the protocols got so good that it's not really the case anymore. But definitely used to be a thing where, especially on maps where util protocols are part of how you play the T side, you start to condition the CTs into certain patterns to hold certain angles at certain times in the round to be ready with certain pieces of reactive util, that when you just mix in a dry aggression on an extremity like that, it can really catch them off guard.
Smoke to back along. hatz is considering setting something up. Maybe Bad News Kangaroos will think better of it. They have been playing pretty slowly on this T side, so I'm not expecting them to do anything too crazy early on in the round. NETTIK's having a look, but won't be seeing anything in the E-box there. Once again, things do kind of slow down a little bit, but BNK with the pop flash into A-Long, going to force ASAP off of that line, and now start to try to work their way in. Progression molly, it'll work out. hatz has the 1-for-1, but he burns alive. What? It's spread. Molly from ASAP just getting the last tick.
Rooster kind of surrounded on E-box side now. It's got to be danger and NETTIK to try to hold off what looked like it was sizing up to be a potential split, but BNK now, with 45 seconds on the clock, are going towards middle, which is going to be guarded by both TJP and chelleos here.
Oh, timing from TJ looks so good. Oh, did he spot the gun? Well, either way, he's ready and prepared. Double kill. The M4A1S does enough. Hazard was pretty quick on the trade too, but he can only do so much. It's left open by BNK, but as long as NETTIK gets that kill, the bomb plant is just nowhere to be seen, and Brace tapping away is going to be good for one, but he's got 15 seconds to go into Canals, get the bomb, and somehow get that down on the bomb side. I just don't see that happening. Rooster have come across. Little pop flash out, but that's not going to dissuade chelleos, and 9-2 is the scoreline. This first half is going even more swimmingly than the previous map.
Feels like Rooster have never had their economy pressured or punished this entire half. Like they've just had so much cash, which is the side effect of just not chipping in enough frags over a half. The CTs survive with guns far too often. You're not coming through with enough rounds. Bit of a pace change here from BNK though. It's a 1-4 hatz towards A main. The rest of the boys straight through B main on the pop flash timing. Trades go back and forth. A main lurker picked up by ASAP there, and unfortunately, despite changing up the pace, BNK has still not found success in this round so far.
I'm not sure that they will be finding success toward the end of this half at all. It's going to be a 10-2 by the looks of things. Double digits well and truly on offer for Rooster. Brace is desperate to find himself a kill there in E-box. Can't do it. Wildly spraying. Even faking the tap here. He's got 3 bullets. He has to reload. It's costing more and more time for BNK, but Rooster not pushing off the back of it. Finally, now that the bomb plant has gone down, these smokes are about to start fading. Brace has tucked himself into a corner, so is PZ. And all they can do at this point now is try to stand and deliver. It'll be an onslaught from Rooster. PZ's now been smoked off. He's going to push his way through it, or you can think about it at least. The timing actually on that push looked pretty good. But still, the trade came through from NETTIK, and TJ dislodges Brace a little too easily. It amounts to not a whole lot for Bad News Kangaroos in the first half. 10-2 they'll have to try to recover from when we come back for the second. Alrighty, 10-2. I'm not sure the Bad News Kangaroos can come back from that, especially not today, because it has been a dominant display from Rooster, not only here on map 2, but map 1 was also pretty clean from them. Still, Bad News Kangaroos have dug themselves into a hole and they need to find a way out of it. First chance they get, it's going to be the pistol round. And unfortunately, they've called the stack incorrectly. There's 4 players over toward B, and Rooster are just holding the W key into A. There's just nothing Hazza can do about this. Takes a peek on the timing and actually does get the better of TJP, but still it is at the cost of Brace's life because he's been picked off elsewhere, and it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Rooster will be happy enough with that, given they've got the bomb plant down. Hazza knocking the head off the danger though, keeps it interesting. PZ for one as well. Bad News Kangaroos are certainly not going down without a fight. Now it's ASAP's turn to try to clutch one more round out here. Can't quite put the nail in the coffin though, and BNK will at least get the pistol in the second half.
Really good retaking. Great anchoring work from Hazza. Not allowing himself to get rolled over, instead just falling back and maintaining control of that heaven side and punishing any Ts who try to scale up on in there. Work's not done yet for BNK though, as the bomb plant did go down for Rooster. They will force round 2. Full M4s and FAMASs for BNK, so not taking anything for granted against this force fight.
No doubt. And nor should you be, given the circumstances. Again, decent stuff from PZ today with the rifles. Nice double. Round looks like it's kind of over before it really gets rolling for Rooster. And with that, maybe a chance to still look competitive in this map. For BNK, of course.
TJ gonna go claim himself like a lil. Little do they know though, Brace is already on the flank with the 2-man crossfire on A main from Heaven's side. Pretty low percentage for Rooster to be picking this one up. Wow. That shadow advantage.
Yeah. Danger going down pretty quickly, but TJ is good for 1. I'd like to see him do a little bit more economic damage here if you're Rooster, but he's not going to get it. 10-4, and BNK should be given at least some respite with a bit of a pistol round here from Rooster. There was a deagle invested there by NETTIK, but he's opted to go for P250 armor. We're getting a little spread of cash getting splashed around by Rooster, but nothing really too exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it at this stage of the game. Every kill you can get with a couple of P250s. It's going to make it easier to close the door on BNK before this comeback train leaves the station.
Not much for Rooster in this one, though. A decent trade to start things off for Danger. They've lost the bomb, and the nade has landed right on top. PZ and Hatz, perfect util usage from those two. And a clean round from BNK, all things considered. This is where we start to get cooking, though. First gun round for Rooster in the second half. What are they going to be able to do?
Again, as I mentioned, for the side of BNK, I think it was last time around. Somewhat limited util, but pretty good for Rooster, actually. Not skipping too many flashes against the ult. Around 16 here. Deep smokes in towards backside of canals here and on the bridge from the CT side, as well as A main aggression. Hazza anti-flash PZ on the line. Dry push punish by PZ. Really good opening, man advantage, and no real trade potential.
Yeah, it's a perfect rock, paper, scissors, really, from Bad News Kangaroos with that setup. You're going to try to walk onto a line. You've got to hope that it's not going to be the AWPer holding the other side of it.
To do now for Rooster to recover. Smoke the house, molly onto double doors. TJ has been playing this mid pressure position on the T side for many a moon since this map came out. Rooster kind of preparing themselves for a B split, going to get in front of this E-box molly 3 players on the site here for B&K though.
Oh, that's very nice from NETTIK. How does he continue to get away with it? Oh, no! Just give him an inch and he's going to take a mile. He's just taken the round away from B&K in the blink of an eye. Wow. 21 and 8.
So
This
good,
kid
bro.
can do no wrong.
He's just so good. It's crazy. Double save from B&K. Do have the money to recover from this, but they're running out of rope.
Okay. Gets a bit expensive toward the back end there for Rooster, but hey, they do find Addict in the end.
I think that's... I mean, I would say that's pretty even exchange, to be honest. Like, that was a very favorable round for Rooster, obviously, but after Addict goes 3 for 1 there, that actually evens out the cash for both teams, which makes this closer to a reset round. Still only a soft reset for the T's. And, okay, there you go. I was a little bit worried for a sec, but we're good. A main control back from Rooster, which is, considering the fact that they just got AWP'd on this line, I mean, I guess they're just thinking, look, CTs don't have access to an AWP this time. So this AEG should be pretty strong. We know that the money's a little bit lackluster on the CT side here. So the util's not going to be there.
Nice setup though for B&K. 1 for 1 for PZ. Rooster haven't actually pushed off the back of it. Chell is having a look to see whether or not there's a flank coming through. Hazard was spotted by Danger. Really felt like the round was hanging in the balance, but it has dislodged and fallen over to Rooster. Addict waits patiently for any push coming through from mid. He won't be rewarded for said patience, though.
B&K have got to complete this 2-on-4, or they're going to be broke on map point and series point here.
Oh, you thought for a second maybe Addict was going to be able to do something there. Danger good enough to hold on with the Galil, though. And it is map and series point, like you say, surely for Rooster now. Hatz has no option but to try to save that gun through to the next round. Otherwise, Bad News Kangaroos are not going to be working with much.
They're not going to be working with much anyway. They've got like 1900 loss bonus this round. So it's about 2 to 2.5k on most of these players with a saved M4. This game's probably over.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. Hasn't been the best day at the office for Bad News Kangaroos. Hasn't really been the best qualifier from them, actually. I mean, outside of the win against Vantage last night, pretty tough going. Danger will be happy with how things are proceeding. Yeah, they lost against Greyhound last night, but they'll get another bite at the cherry, and they've at least been able to, at least in theory right now, topple Bad News Kangaroos. So, seems like a decent addition so far to the Rooster team. Well, let's see how Bad News Kangaroos handle what would potentially be the last round of the game. A lot of it resting on the shoulders of Hatz.
Slow pacing here for Rooster, anticipating B main aggression or some kind of E-box peak due to the state of the money on the B&K side. See them holding around the map, feeling things out. There is that B main aggression try this time. Still 2 players in here to repel, so it's a good thing B&K opt to cut that idea. They're actually going to re-aggress again here. Decent
Start there. Hatz has 1, but Danger has 2. And just when it looks like BNK might be able to hold on for a little bit longer, it does get the rug pulled away from them once again. This more slow style from Rooster is again giving them those little advantages when they do eventually decide to hit a site. Pay off in a big way. Looks like it's going to be a B ending here for Rooster, and only NETTIK there to defend. With Eagle in hand, you'll see what he can do, but not even one. NETTIK 22-9 continues his rather impressive streak. Get bomb plant down in this round as well, and onto Hazza as the last remaining standing for Bad News Kangaroos. It's really an anti-climax of a game, I would say. Not even the first map, but the whole series. This was supposed to be a good match, and it has been kind of anything but. It's really just been Rooster. Foregone conclusion, 13-5, and there you go, 2-0 secured. Another 2-0 in the IEM Dallas Oceania qualifier. But at least for Rooster, it's good news because it means that they are going to get themselves a ticket booked into that grand final against Greyhound, who obviously are going to be a bit of a different ball game to BNK, but quite a good...